Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is linked in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm going to put these cards out. Actually, it's going to go like this because that is what spirit is saying. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, I love these cards. They just pop right out. It's like, nope, me, gonna be heard. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay. Just making sure you can see everything. We are crowned here, Gemini, by the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is saying, listen, during this moon, this is a full moon in Capricorn. It's a very practical moon. It's a very down-to-earth moon. And you're going to see that you're really utilizing that energy to like the umpteenth degree. It's going to be a very good thing for you. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's staying in the moment. It's saying, I'm here, right now. I'm embracing what is. Instead of being in the past, instead of being in the future. And we know that right here, right now, it's a lot of work. It might be more fun to daydream about the future, or we can kind of like, have that anxiety called in by daydreaming about the future. So just be mindful about this. And we can also see during this time, we can call out if we are kind of addicted to anxiety, addicted to like looking at things and being like, oh my gosh, how do I prepare for this? How do I prepare for that? Spirit's like, let me take the wheel. Let me move you forward. Stand tall, stand firm right here, right now, and embrace your strength. That is going to be the best thing that you can possibly do for yourself. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, at times it is because we want to kind of move in different directions. But this is going to be a very powerful time. And you've seen this during the whole month of July. So, astrologically speaking, and I know my mom always says, get through the astrology, and get to the meat and potatoes of the cards, but you need to know this. So on the 2nd of July, we had Neptune going retrograde, and this will be till the 7th of December. This is where illusions just kind of fall away, and we really start being a lot more direct and a lot more like focused on what we want and what's possible. So fears and doubts that were holding us back, they start to fall away, and, things that we're looking at that I don't want to say won't be coming true, but like we were looking at it in a different way. We're going to see that we're getting new ideas coming forward. And it's like, wow, why didn't I ever think of it like that before? So Neptune going retrograde, a very good thing. We then have Mercury on the 2nd of July that also went into Leo. And this brings us confidence in our words, confidence in our energy. So we started off July very, very strong. And that energy we see here really utilizing having us stand in the present and be present for ourselves and really, embrace this time as, corny as it sounds, to embrace the present as a gift. So then we have the Chariot. We're in the very, very end of Cancer energy. We're taking the reins. We're moving ourselves forward. We were emotionally overwhelmed before, and being able to acknowledge that within ourselves is also going to be really important, because another thing that has happened astrologically speaking is that Pallas, I think that's how you say it, which is the third largest asteroid in our solar system, has come out of retrograde and has gone direct in Scorpio. And this energy is just, it's super creative. It's super inner wisdom. It's like, I see myself. I know myself. I'm embracing my strengths. I'm moving me forward. I'm taking the reins. And that's how we're ending the month of July, right? That's how we are ending Cancer time period, and we're really seeing ourselves move forward. Now, if we are born on the cusp with Cancer, if we have Cancer in our chart, this is coming through very powerfully and very wonderfully for us, because it's like, I'm taking the reins, I'm moving me forward, I know what it is that I want, nothing and no one's going to stop me. And we mean that with tenacity and with fierceness. It moves us then to the King of Pentacles. So if we're born on the cusp with Taurus, if we have earth sign energy in our chart, we do have this nagging little voice behind us that is always worried about money, about prosperity, about doing things the really like by the book, step by step. I want to say, and this isn't a diss to anybody who's an accountant. I know wonderful accountants, but it's doing things like an accountant. It's like adding up all the numbers. Everything has to be just like this. And that is going to that's going to squelch our air spirit. So our air spirit needs to be free. It needs to be able to express, to explore. It doesn't matter what our field, we need to have that energy in our lives. So even if our work is more regimented, even if the things, our hobbies are more regimented, we need to have that expression come forward. So being aware of this with the King of Pentacles, that we can be looking at things and want things to be so rigidly precise and everything interconnected to making the most money, moving things forward the most powerfully, like, getting to where it is that we want to be. And just kind of like, it's like an energy that sucks the fun out of things. This can also be a person in our life. So it doesn't have to be us, though we do have that tendency, especially if we have earth sign energy in our chart or we're born on the cusp with Taurus. But we have to be very mindful not to get so rigid, because Gemini, you're like a bee or a butterfly. You need to be able to go from flower to flower, picking up ideas, picking up, inspiration. That's what you do. You put it together in this tapestry of being that is just so extraordinary. A positive Gemini is a gift and a treasure. And so see yourself as a gift and a treasure. All right. You embrace storytelling, which that's all we human beings are. We're our stories. We're the way that we interpret and live our story and our experiences. So being rigid is like, it's like breaking our wings. It's terrible for us. We can't do it. And some of us more so than others. So embracing that and saying, okay, that's just who I am, and not having that rigidity within ourselves. Excuse me, not having that rigidity within ourselves, and not letting other people's rigidity hurt and harm us from creating and moving forward the way Spirit intended us to. It moves us then to the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. We have earth sign energy here coming through very, very powerfully. The Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, now the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. Stand in the moment and be patient. You are building something extraordinary. And just because you don't see yourself wearing that crown now, like being that king, being that powerhouse, the highest court card in the Pentacles, doesn't mean you're not getting there. Okay, you had a side road, like a detour. That's the word I'm looking for. You had a detour, and you discovered a lot about yourself, and now you're moving forward in a very powerful, in a very profound way. It moves us then to the Six of Swords reversed. Okay, so the Six of Swords reversed is that we kind of want to throw caution to the wind and charge forward. Great idea. We're thinking, we're like, okay, have to make up for lost time, have to move things forward, have to get there. Now, be very mindful during this time. Venus is in Leo. It went into Leo on the 11th of July. And what we're going to see here is that we're a little bit cat-like when it comes to our love, when it comes to our affection, when it comes to the way that we're connecting with people. It's like on our terms, and then we move away. On our terms, then we move away. And we're really focusing on our goals, and we are forgetting to slow down. So that's going to be very important, especially here that I see somebody is giving you really wise, sage advice. Take it and hold it to you. We're not going to want to, because it's not going to work with our like Speedy Gonzalez, time frame that we have for ourselves. Slow it down. It matters how well you get to your goal, like how well you're doing getting to your goal, and how quickly you get there. All right. And also know on the 20th of March, we have Mars entering into Gemini. This greatly affects us. Why? Because we're Gemini, right? Mars is intensity, right? Mars is the god of war. Also rules Aries, which is a duality to that, the god of war, but also the ram, which is a sheep, and sheeps are a lot more docile than we think the ram is. So there's a sense of needing to embrace the docility. I don't know if that's a word or if I just made it up, but the calmness of ourselves and our love and our connection, along with the fierceness of what we're desiring, how we're moving forward, and how we're expecting us to conquer our goals and go after what we want. So that's going to be important here, but it's all around our words. It's all about the way that we communicate. We can be very sharp. We can be very cutting with our words. We can say things just to be nasty. And this is astrologically speaking. So everybody's going to be doing this. And it can be very overwhelming to us, especially since we're ruled by Mercury. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So when we have Mercury going into Leo, we're being more confident with our words. But then, Mars goes into Gemini, which also has us being a little bit more combative. So we can sit there and kind of have a confusion of embracing the confidence of our words with the combativeness of our words. So do be mindful about this during this time, just putting it out there, because this moon is a blessed moon. This full moon in Capricorn is about getting the job done, moving forward, going after what we want, achieving and succeeding. And it moves us then to the Page of Pentacles. So here we don't feel like we are a king. Okay, we don't feel like we have everything all worked out and all ironed out perfectly. We are a student. And it's also going to be very important to embrace our inner child energy of being a student of what we want, being a student of what we desire, really looking at things and saying, okay, now I'm moving forward. Now I'm going after this. Now I'm opening up these doors. So with the Page of Pentacles, embracing our inner child self, and especially the way that we've seen money, our relationship with money from when we were little. If we have a child earth sign energy in our life, it is knowing that this child, in one way or another, is going to help lead us towards our success. It can be, I have to take care of you, so I have to be successful. There is no giving up or walking away or changing my mind type of thing. So just embracing that energy during this time is going to be really important. But I do also see this kid saying something and it makes you pause. It's kind of like this kid pulls you back on track. And it's like, no. You need to be anchored here. And they're going to act as an anchor, whether this be a child, like your child or a grandchild or a child that you work with or a niece or a nephew or whomever it is. Just know that that energy is coming forward, and that energy is coming forward really powerfully. It's like you're being planted. And it's in a very lovely way. It's in a very, very powerful way. But you're going to see a prosperity and a gift that you have that you didn't even realize. You totally have been overlooking this. Now you're going to see that because of this energy, you're planting it. You're seeing yourself grow. And it also can be because of the inner child energy of yourself. You're seeing yourself grow in a way that you hadn't imagined you could and you didn't think was possible for you. So cut yourself some slack. Know that you're moving forward, and also that this moon in Capricorn, right, is earth sign energy, Pentacles energy. It doesn't make us into a king. It doesn't crown us instantaneously. What it does is it makes us into a student. It makes us into an observer. It makes us into a sponge for all the ways that we are building our success and our prosperity. And the full moon in Capricorn is a culmination of the intentions that we set out into the world in the new moon in Capricorn 6 months ago. So being aware of this is going to be super, super, super important. Look at where you were at the beginning of the year and look at where you are now, because there's a confidence change that you're going to be feeling that is astounding. Okay. And Capricorn is the sister sign to Cancer, right? And we have Cancer energy right here that is so powerful for you and so important for you. And these two signs, right? Capricorn energy and Cancer energy, the heart and the practicality, the heart and the mind coming forward and just making a beautiful, beautiful harmony. It's telling a beautiful story. It's moving us forward in the most exquisite way. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, don't forget to put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit the bell notification, and that notification, the announcement of the winner, will only be happening on this channel. So don't be tricked by anybody. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So here we have the white turkey reverse. It says, the power to heal the earth is within you. Oh, I love that for you, Gemini. The power to heal the earth is within you. And we're not seeing it. We're not seeing how absolutely magnificently powerful we are. And we're getting back into alignment with us. We really are. It's healing, it's connecting, and it's powerful. It's moving us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So we have two. Oh, I love this for us. Okay. So we then have listening, and listening is in the upright position. So if you are a good listener, especially as a Gemini energy, especially ruled by Mercury, right? You are ruled by Mercury and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. All right. So you take in and you listen. If you can take in and listen, and especially if you have Virgo in your chart too, it's that Mercury energy, it's that listening energy, that communication energy, that travel energy, that connection energy. If you take this and embrace listening, embrace your throat chakra, you become unstoppable. You become a person that people look at and they're like, I don't know how you take that all in. Witchcraft in the best possible way, right? But that's what you have. Like, it is just an astoundingly powerful gift that you have moving you forward. Listening, connecting, grounding yourself in your voice. We have here reverse, which is relationships. This is the sacral chakra. Okay. We have a blockage in our sacral chakra with our relationships. And the first relationship that we should be concerned about or aware about is the relationship that we have with us. We need to listen to our body. listen to what spirit is telling us, listen to the way that we're moving forward, and ground ourselves in that energy with openness, with honesty, and with love and compassion for ourselves. So that is going to be a really important thing. One of the ways that we can break up the blockage in the sacral chakra is by tapping our tailbone and our kidneys. So if you just take your hands and you tap your kidneys, very, very lightly, kind of just like this, with your hands like in circles, like the okay sign, right? And you tap your kidneys and you tap your tailbone. That would be a fantastic thing. You only have to do it for a minute if it hurts, and you can only do it for a few seconds. Do so, but that's going to help really embrace the flow of energy in your body to keep your throat chakra opened, humming, singing, chanting. Fantastic things for you. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the 10 of Swords. So we take in the words of everyone. That's what we do. We are innately a listener. We take in the stories. So knowing that here and knowing that the 10 of Swords, we're having a bit of a blockage towards our transformation and towards the transformation of ourselves. So the acknowledgement of that is going to be really important. There's something within us that wants to transform, and there's something within us that's fighting that transformation, saying, no, you have to stay the way that you were. Don't you realize you failed? And it's going to be something around failure. It's going to be something around I can't. Okay, that's coming forward, and it is stopping this transformation. It can be other people's words, but it's the internalization of either something very cruel that somebody has said to you, and the way that people along the way might not have said the same things, might not have been as cruel, but either their actions or their words kind of reiterated what that person said to you, that you weren't worth it or you couldn't do it, and then you doubted yourself. And it's been a battle for some of us. It's been a battle for 10 years or better. And now we're finding our voice and we're finding our way forward. And it's like, no, I'm done with this. So that's going to be a very, very, very important thing. I mean, I love how this moon is in Capricorn, and we have 4 Capricorn cards, like 4 earth sign cards that are all showing us to ground ourselves, that we are successful, to embrace our prosperity, and that we are learning so much during this time. It moves us to see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, I'm going to try and keep this as straight as possible. These cards are so slippery. They're beautiful, though. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, just making sure you can see everything. Now let's dive deeper with the moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I love what this moon is saying. She's a little cheeky. Okay, angels and spirit guides. Okay, so the moon is being very blunt. Okay, so we have here the new moon in Capricorn, which says your hard work is paying off. And we have hunger, and hunger is reversed. So there's, I don't want to say a sense of fullness, but there's a sense of like, I couldn't possibly. And I actually see you as very hungry for the success that you're calling forward. But there's almost a sense of like, I can't because it's like, I can't eat that. That food is too good for me type of thing. And it's like, yes, you can. You have to go slow. So, when you're really, really hungry, if somebody is really like hasn't eaten in a while, they don't say, okay, here's a big, huge meal, eat up. You go slow because your body can't handle it, right? So you have to go slow. There's a hunger within you that's going to make you ravishing. And it's going to be like, oh, once I stand here right now, I want everything right now. And spirit's like, no, go slow, because you're going to want to gobble it all down. And then it's just, excuse me, but it's all just going to come up again, right? And then it's going to be a mess. And then there's going to be fear added to it. So we don't want to do that. We want to go slowly forward because your hard work is paying off. But how we need to ground ourselves is seeing that our hard work is paying off. But we have to see it in small, little bites. We want something big. We want a big, huge win. We want something that's like fireworks in the sky. It's going to be smaller than that. It's going to be slower than that. And that's okay. So just realizing this during this time, because once we realize it, it's like, oh, I won here, I won there, I got this, I had that, I achieved, I succeeded. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It moves us then to acceptance. And why I say this moon is tricky, because we're taking the reins, right? We're embracing our emotions, we're embracing ourselves, we're embracing our passion, we're accepting who it is that we are, but we're having a hard time showing the world the real us. We just are. We're having a hard time. It says, show the world the real you. And we're like, no, I need to have a mask. I need to have a way to present myself that is a lot more like palatable for others. You're not living your life for other people. Now, let's say you don't want to tell people that you're a tarot card reader. You want to say something else. That's fine. If you don't want to have people's agita thrown at you, then, embrace saying something else. But that is also true to yourself, right? So here, just looking at that energy and saying, okay, this is what I want. This is how I'm moving forward. That is going to be the most powerful thing you can do for yourself, because you're showing your world who you really are. And you're letting yourself shine forward without being afraid of, oh, is this person going to think of me? How is that person going to think of me? What are they going to say here? How are they going to see me there? That's not taking the reins of our emotions. That's letting our emotions rule us. It moves us then to, you are good enough, the full moon in Virgo. Okay. So again, Virgo energy ruled by Mercury, very closely linked to our energy, which is fantastic. And then we have resilience. We don't see how resilient we actually are. And that's going to be a huge part of this moon, where we start looking at just the practical things. It's like, wow, I didn't fall apart. Or even if I did fall apart, because heck, we all have those moments, I didn't let it stop me. I fell apart. I let myself have a good pity party. I let myself cry and be upset and, want to run away. And then I came back and I saw that I am enough. Here, this card, the full moon in Virgo, used to always get me really mad when I would see it, because it says you are good enough. And I thought when I started, this channel, doing everything, I didn't see myself as enough. I always thought there was something more and something more, and you must always be like super hungry and super, striving for the impossible. But seeing yourself as enough is a gift you give yourself. Because I remember looking at this card and thinking, you could always be better. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. But now I look at it, it's like, be you with pride. You are enough. You're strong. You're beautiful. And beauty of soul and spirit, right? You are here on this earth for a reason. And it's time to embrace it. It's time to embrace who we are without letting others tear us down or say, oh no, it has to be just like this, because that's what the King of Pentacles is. No, it has to be just like this. This is what success looks like. It's this mold. It's this way. We cannot all be that mold that way. We're all born with different talents. Embracing those talents is super important. And it moves us then to hold to your vision. Hold to your vision, Gemini, because beginnings are coming. This is the new moon. This is the new moon way back 6 months ago in Capricorn, where we were setting out our intentions, and we've had to work patiently for, it says here, the 7 of Pentacles. So this is like 7 months. I know this is 6 months, right? From new moon to full moon, but you're going to see the crescendo happening in 7 months. And hold to your vision. Know that big things are coming, and know that we're stepping through a doorway into a new version of ourselves, a new vision of ourselves, a new understanding of us. This is a new way of moving forward. This is like, okay, there's so much more to me. And it brings us then to a new start is coming, which is interesting that we have the new moon here that we are absolutely accepting. But then because we want to, hit the gas pedal and just start going, here the new moon is reversed. And it's like a new start is coming. It's like, oh no, I have my vision. I know what it is that I want. Don't you dare throw something in my way that isn't in my plans. And Spirit's like, hey, listen, be mindful about that. The moon is saying, hey, listen, be mindful about that. A new start is coming. And it's going to need I'm just hearing a moldiness, and it's not like mold, like growing. It's like, I need to mold you. And that's what's coming forward. Like a new start is coming. You're going to be molded in a way that you weren't expecting. And so be patient. And here with the 6 of Swords reverse, the 6 of Swords, when it's in the upright position, is patiently moving forward, steadily moving forward, embracing the mist, embracing the changes, embracing the unknown, and being calm and steady about it all. And here it's like reminding us of that. You need that energy to come back. It brings us then to believe in the impossible. So what we need to do is have faith to believe in the impossible again. We lost sight of our impossible dreams. We lose sight of the impossible us, right? And so here, as we are a student, that's going to be what we're reminded of. That's going to be what that child reminds us of. That's going to be what that connection with the inner child reminds us of us. And we're going to see ourselves starting to believe in the impossible again because we got rigid. And when we get rigid, the wind doesn't flow. But the wind always finds ways of escaping, but it can be slow, stagnant air, stagnant. And we need to be free. We just need to be free. Like the bumblebees, like the bees and the butterflies and the birds. We need to be free. You'll actually find yourself very drawn to birds and to bees and to the animals that fly. Like just that freedom of the endless sky above them. That is going to be something that calls to you, Gemini, during this moon and during this time. So just being aware of it. Or you can be drawn to bats, whatever it is that has flight and open air movement. Or you can also be drawn to, I want to say air sports. I don't know what exactly it is, but like paragliding or something like that. So just be aware. I don't know. For me, that's way too adventurous for my spirit. It's like danger. I'm like, no. So let's see what spirit has to say. We have our subconscious spirit message, which is the owl. I don't know why I put it all the way over there. I can't read that. And then it says, the wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. And we're starting to see that with ourselves. The wisdom and messages of the divine are in us. And we are going to see that as we accept that, we are going to see us stepping into the role of healer, however that manifests and move forward in our life. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is one of my favorite cards. I mean, we have one of my favorite cards also, which is listening, and the third chakra. But here is the crown chakra and the I am presence. I am confident, successful, powerful. I am enough. And the opposite of that, and I always say it, and I know people say, Dane, why do you see the negative of this card as well as the positive, especially when it's in an upright position? Because sometimes we forget. When spirit says, I am powerful, I am prosperous, I am tenacious, I am beautiful, I am successful. And I put beautiful in there, not to say when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my gosh, Athena, Adonis, nobody can compare. But to look at our spirit and say, wow, that energy, that light of shine of kindness and compassion is shining through. And that's what our world needs. That's the beauty that spirit is talking about. But when it's reversed, or when we look at it, we say, I'm not enough. I could always be better. I always have to push myself. I'm struggling. I'm sad. I'm overwhelmed. I'm lazy. I'm defeated. And people say, why do you say that? Because when we hear the beautiful things, we can be like, yes, that's me. But then when we hear the negative things, we can say to ourselves, oh my gosh, that's me too. That's dimming my crown, the crown that I wear upon my head as a person created in stardust and the universe and a part of spirit, a part of this, great big planet. So here, the I am present. The I am presence is so important. Crowning ourselves, seeing ourselves, honoring ourselves is so powerful and so indicative of where we need to be. So just being aware of that is super important. The energy we need to be mindful of is the Lover's reverse, which is us. We are represented by the Lovers in the major arcana. And when the Lovers are reversed, we can get in our own way and we can go for lust over love, meaning instant gratification over a long time, connection, support, love, and power. So that is going to be a really important thing to see. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Five of Cups reversed. And the Five of Cups reversed is we're having a hard time changing our minds to change our life. We kind of get stuck on the 3 cups. If you see here, the 3 cups that are broken, and we're not seeing the 2 cups that still stand. So being aware of this is going to be super important to us. We can find ourselves looking at things and seeing like the cup as half empty, being really harsh on ourselves. Again, it's that negative, King of Pentacles energy, right? You can always be doing better. You can always be pushing harder. Success is only measured in one certain way. And looking at that and saying, no, stepping back, and I'm stepping into healing, beautiful love of me, but also that healing, beautiful love of the sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspect of myself as a Gemini that's moving me forward into power and into tenacity and abundance. It moves us then to our subconscious Luna message, which begins with pleasure. It's letting pleasure back into our lives. It is having life be pleasurable. And then it moves us to conclusions are within reach. So by embracing pleasure, embracing joy of existence, conclusions are within reach, and we start to see things, certain things coming to an end and moving forward into a new beginning. Okay. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.